Yo, 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 yo. So back on the scene. So recording this on a fly, on a whims, very impromptu. And the reason for that is breaking the cycle of procrastination as well as reducing my overall ego and self-importance, which has hindered my ability to create and to communicate with others effectively and to play the role that I previously played, which was relevant, still is relevant. But for me personally, I believe that having a role in other people's lives, regardless of how significant or insignificant, adds value to your current life. So in a selfish way, this podcast is me doing a certain level of long-term journaling, as well as simultaneously reminding myself of my insignificance while attempting to be significant in other people's lives. Because it's only when you attempt to be significant you realize how insignificant you are. And to kind of elaborate on that, because I don't know if it makes sense, I feel like it was kind of vague. For a while, I allowed my ego and my overinflated sense of self to, I feel like I repeated myself, but to stop me from being me in the name of perfection, or in the name of seeming cool or seeming smart or seeming intelligent or whatever labels that I attach myself to hindered me. It rose me up, but it also broke me down. And for me, that's why I believe acceptance of insignificance is key, because if you apply meaning to people cheering you, you'll also apply meaning to people booing. So if you feel good about yourself when you get cheers, you're gonna feel bad about yourself when you get boos. But if none of it is relevant, if the entire continuum is removed, so there's no good, there's no bad, there's no scale, there's no measurement, it just is, that's when you have the freedom to do what you want. And what kind of triggered this recently, this thought pattern, is listening to Alex Hormozi. He's a business guy, but he's also very philosophical. I listen to him more so for his philosophical viewpoints. And he had a tweet where he spoke about Betty Bob or whatever. I can't remember. Betty White, I think. Betty White. He spoke about how nobody talks about her anymore. But for me, I just think about Michael Jackson. And only when I said Michael Jackson, or only when you hear a Michael Jackson song, you think about Michael Jackson, unless you're like a gigantic Michael Jackson fan. For me, the fact that unless I play a Michael Jackson song, or unless, we go to a vintage store, or an old something comes up, my children probably would not know who Michael Jackson is. And even if they do, he would be nothing more than a name and somebody who made music, a song, an artist on a song. He'd be nothing more than that. But at one point, Michael Jackson was the pinnacle of, just existence. Might be an over-exaggeration, but you get the gist. So, it could be Kanye West, it could be Elon Musk, it could be Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos. In 5 generations, 6 generations, once you take the long-term approach, which I personally believe is the best approach to view all things with, when you take the long-term approach of things, you realize how insignificant everything and everyone is in the grand scheme of things. So to tie that back with me, which is funny, but to tie that back with my thought pattern and why I'm just recording this podcast, this is a voice memo. The reason I'm recording this off the fly is because, bro, I could release this and nobody could listen to it, or everyone could listen to it, and it wouldn't matter. Like, it really is irrelevant. But for me personally, if I could look back on my thought patterns and look back on my process and look back on where I was mentally or physically or emotionally, wherever, there's value in being able to look back and admire your growth, which is, as anybody who's an OG Junzi supporter or follower would know, that growth is the essence of life. Growth is, for me, this is my personal philosophy, growth is everything. If you are not growing, you are falling behind. Either you grow or you die. I only saw the value in that when I looked at my old stuff, and I actually do regret deleting some of the stuff that I deleted. I deleted my Twitter account. I removed most of my pictures. I think I unfollowed a bunch of people on Instagram, and it was all ego driven. It was all this desire to seem a certain way, this desire to look a certain way, ego, image, insignificant image, non-acceptance of insignificance, and the desire to be significant or to seem significant, which is impossible to do. There's nothing you could do in this lifetime that will make you significant outside of just your name possibly being mentioned occasionally, So I'm rambling a bit here, but that's just where I am right now in terms of headspace. And really and truly, I definitely would make an attempt to be consistent with uploads, in a quote. And that's me speaking as if I actually have followers or people who listen to me or people who actually care. But for me, this is me selfishly documenting my journey, documenting the process, which is where I was at a point, which is documenting the process and just sharing the raw process with people. But then that, was diluted with ego and views and likes and oh, this person thinks you're cool, and oh, now this person knows about you and they're interested in having a conversation with you, and it's like, what? Now I'm this. Now I'm XYZ. Yeah, I started Junzi. It's like, bro, you are fucking insignificant, bro. Like, and the acceptance of that is freeing. The acceptance of that is liberating. So I just wanted to. I had this moment of not inspiration, but I just wanted to break the jail, leave the jail of the cyclical thought or the desire to be important. I'm essentially removing those shackles by removing importance totally and accepting the fact that when I do this, I'm either doing it for me or for no one else, because no one else cares. And it's not in a depressive, oh, no one cares. Nah. It's free and it's a lovely thing that no one cares. I can do what I want. You can do what you want. We can all do whatever we want to do. Obviously, within boundaries, in quotes, if you decide to accept that. Within boundaries, we could do whatever we want to do. Because in the next, however long you want to extend time out, the one variable that's never going to stop and the one variable that we cannot control. As long as that variable continues to manifest itself, which is time, and it will always continue to manifest itself, alongside that variable of time, nothing is relevant. So I feel like I repeated the same concept like 5 or 6 times, but who cares? So yeah, just wanted to record this stream of inspiration, stream of consciousness, if you'd like to call it that. That could be ego, because I could just be talking garbage and call it consciousness. But yeah, just wanted to share these thoughts. Hopefully, actually no, not hopefully, someone finds this, because then that's me still having a desire to be accepted and to be understood and to be agreed with. Thanks for your attention, thanks for your time, thanks for listening. If this added to your life, I'm happy that it can. If it takes away from your life, you think it was bullshit and a waste of time, thanks for your time anyway. That's just how I feel right now. That's just where I am right now. And hopefully this is hopefully that's what it is. Thanks for your time.